Hello, up next on Newscenter 4's Daybreak. A harrowing afternoon for a little girl, now safe, but caught in a pipe for several hours.
The last wish of a dying boy, a chance to save this baby's life.
And Armed Services Chair Ron Dellums against the tide on gays in the military. Good morning, I'm Susan Blake.
And I'm John Kessler. We're going to get your day started with news, weather, and traffic next on Daybreak.
That's the key with the good guys. You tell them what you want to do, and they will show you what will do it for you. And they'll cut your time by 99%. I'm absolutely certain I'll continue to buy at the good guys.
This weekend at the Good Guys, come celebrate our 20th anniversary with a chance to win up to $2 million on the Big Spin. You could win 20 Big Spin scratchers every hour at each of our California stores. That's 20 chances to win up to $2 million. The Good Guys. Better doesn't cost more.
It's been a record-breaking year at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer. So how should we bring it to a close? With a record-breaking clearance. Enjoy a selection of Concords, Automobile Magazine's Automobile of the Year, and remarkable savings on all these 93 cars and minivans. Choose Plymouth Voyager or Grand Voyager. Get options like leather seating, anti-lock brakes, and child seat, and save thousands. The record-breaking clearance. Now at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Hey, this is no ordinary Mexican combination. This is a combination prepared by the chefs of El Torito. Taste the difference of soft tacos filled with fresh steak or chicken breast. Chile rellenos prepared fresh daily. Handmade chicken tamales or enchiladas smothered with authentic red chili sauce. El Torito's 3-item combinations, served with soup or a Mexican Caesar salad, only $6.95. So if you haven't been to El Torito lately, come. Taste the freshness. Discover the value.
Saving this baby's life, a new heart is the only wish of a little boy at Stanford Hospital this morning.
Putting an end to gang activity, one police sweep nets nearly 30 arrests.
And a whale of a mystery in Santa Cruz. These stories and more ahead on Daybreak.
This is Newscenter 4 Daybreak, your 24-hour news service.
Good morning, it's 6:02. Welcome to Daybreak. It is Thursday, July 22nd. I'm John Kessler.
And I'm Susan Blake. We're going to start on a good note this morning. A little Palo Alto toddler is safe at home at this hour after a harrowing afternoon and evening yesterday. City workers spent more than 2 hours trying to free little 18-month-old Julia Dom's arm from a drainage pipe. But it was easier to remove the pipe from the wading pool concrete than the child's arm from the pipe. So the little girl, her mom, and the pipe all headed off to Stanford to have the pipe removed. Her mother says Julia was a little upset at first, but she'll be fine.
Well, she's doing a lot better. Her arm is going to be just fine. She's got some bruising and a few little lacerations from the cast cutter. But they said she'll be just fine.
Now, Julia is expected to head back to the doctor today, but it's just for another checkup. Also, her mom says the toddler has a new phrase in her vocabulary now. She now says, pipe off.
The 3-year-old boy abandoned at an Oakland health clinic is starting to open up. A little boy named Paul wouldn't tell social workers anything about himself for close to a month. Now his mother and father are in custody for child abandonment. Paul's been moved out of the West Oakland hotel that had been his home with his parents. He's now staying with a foster family. The mother of a man who died just hours after being denied compassionate release from jail is demanding the state change its policies. Frida Kubis thinks the entire compassionate release program needs to be redesigned. Kubis' son had been denied early release 3 times, the first 2 times because the judge said he wasn't sick enough, the third because the judge said he might commit another crime. State prison officials say they get 150 complaints each week about jail inmates using credit cards illegally, running up phone bills, and conning people out of money, all the time behind bars. Workers say the worst case is an inmate who has stolen mail for 7 years from a woman who helped convict him. Prison officials say most inmates stop harassing their victims after a warning, but now they want emergency rules that will let them move offenders into more secure units.
Should be another busy day ahead for Richmond police and federal agents who say they do expect to make more arrests after a drug sweep netted 27 suspects yesterday. The officers say they've been watching drug sellers and buyers for 9 months so far and have made videotapes of all of the suspects during deals. Police say some of the suspects may also have been involved in a wave of shootings and stabbings earlier this summer. Neighbors say this will help, but this alone will not stop the violence.
The drugs and stuff. Can't hardly walk the streets.
Requires a lot of manpower, but it also requires that the citizens take a larger role.
Officers say most of the suspects arrested are in their late teens or early 20s and are not the drug kingpins, but police say they are probably the ones responsible for the day-to-day street violence.
It is 5 minutes past 6. Time now for our first check on the morning commute with Dave Freeman. Good morning, Dave.
John, good morning. Susan, and a Bay Bridge commute for a good morning for Thursday. Let's show you what we have. No major backup right now in our 6 o'clock hour. The MacArthur Maze is the heaviest traffic, but once you pass that to the Toll Plaza approach, just a few cars deep. It's solid on the upper deck to San Francisco. Light traffic now, the Marin commute to San Francisco on the Golden Gate Bridge. Things are flowing along quite smoothly this morning. Beautiful drive into the city. And on the peninsula, here's a live shot on Daybreak of the San Mateo Bridge. Eastbound traffic to Hayward solid, westbound about the same, moving quite smoothly, just building a little bit. Let's let you know of a stalled big rig that's causing a bit of a problem. It's been there for about 45 minutes or so. It's the Sunol grade, a stalled truck, southbound 680 at the Mission Scales, left lane there. Walnut Creek, Caltrans construction in the process of picking it up, but it's slow through the area. Southbound 680 north of North Main to Highway 24. They've been working in the left lane and the center divide. And a morning look at public transit like BART. All trains reported to be on time if you're headed towards San Francisco, Daly City. John, Susan?
Okay, thank you, Dave.
Well, all week we've kind of been watching Mother Nature in the Midwest. Now your attention's kind of shifting out to Hawaii.
Yeah, you're right. We've had to keep an eye on this guy, Eugene, because it's been a pretty powerful hurricane the past 48 hours or so. Things have died off a little bit, but still threatening Hawaii to some degree because it's still moving west. Take a quick look here this morning. We'll just keep you posted. It's now a tropical storm with winds about 63 miles an hour, but it's moving west at 16 miles an hour. You'll see the Isles of Hawaii there. They've had some heavy thunderstorms and heavy rain in the last 24 hours. They'll see more today. That's actually good news because they've had a little drought over there. Suppose it's not good news if you got tickets, but we'll keep an eye on Eugene as we go through the next day or so. All right, our own forecast around here. Well, you can see for yourself, there's no fog at the Golden Gate, so that's a good indication. We're going to see some sunshine today. Temperature 59 degrees, humidity at 78%, winds out of the west at 5, a barometer 29.99 and steady. Temperatures today going up a couple of degrees. As we posted yesterday, we're trending upward as we head to the weekend. 73 in San Francisco, 86 today in Concord, should be 84 degrees in San Jose. Speaking of San Francisco, don't forget, finals of the cable car bell ringing. Union Square at 11:30 if you're downtown today. 88 up in Santa Rosa. Over the country and over the state for today, there's just a little bit of cloudiness, a little bit up here in the northwest. You can see a system that's rolling up there, causing some showers. There's been some rain right near the Oregon border, about a ½ an inch around Crescent City. For us, just a few high clouds and about the same as what we had yesterday. High pressure will build in for the weekend and temperatures are going to start to really climb up. So over the state for today, generally sunny skies with the exception of the north coast where there'll be some clouds, maybe a few scattered showers right by the border. Here's the forecast for us. Mostly clear, some patchy coastal clouds and near 60 degrees this morning, so a tad warmer than yesterday. Sunny and warmer today, mostly sunny at the coast, upper 60s to mid to upper 80s today. Then for tonight, fair skies, lows into the 50s. When we come back, we'll update you on the national forecast in just a few minutes.
What's it going to be like in Gilroy this weekend?
The inimitable, yes, Garlic Festival tomorrow. We'll be there live, in fact, for our Friday morning live.
Yeah. Good weather expected, I think.
Sunny and hot as always.
Okay, thanks, Steve. When we come back on Daybreak, the rain is just not letting up in the Midwest. More flooding devastates the area.
Gold Country vigilante Ellie Nessler begins her trial on murder charges.
And the best in TV honored. The Emmy nominations were announced this morning.
You're watching Newscenter 4. More news, more often. With Susan Blake, John Kessler, and meteorologist Steve Raleigh. Stay with us as your 24-hour news service continues.
And here's one going out to all you early risers.
So this is what the new velvet voice of the night eats for breakfast?
This is a whole grain cereal.
With sugar and preservatives.
Oh, and that Kellogg's doesn't have
Kellogg's
any.
Nutrigrain is made from pure whole grain.
So?
So it's the only whole grain cereal with no sugar added and no preservatives.
The only one, huh?
Uh-huh. And you know what else?
What?
Song's over. Don't talk with your mouth full.
Kellogg's Nutrigrain, as good as whole grain gets.
At Jenny Craig, we've helped thousands of people lose millions of pounds. But we're celebrating a little number this year, 10. It's our 10th anniversary. 10 years of one-on-one counseling, fabulous cuisine, and a plan for living thin that really works. Don't you think an anniversary like this calls for a once-in-a-lifetime offer? We thought so.
Celebrate our 10th anniversary. Join for 10 weeks and pay only $10. Call 1-800-92-JENNY.
Dashboard calling emergency.
We've always been fascinated by the way our heroes communicated.
Your shoe's ringing.
No matter what, they were always in touch. Well, now communicating can be as simple as we imagined.
That's great.
GTE MobileNet introduces a new standard in North American cellular service, MobileLink. So now it's easy for anyone to stay in touch.
John, I need your help on a case.
Hold it, Dick. My phone's ringing. Hello?
MobileLink. It's simply the way to communicate. From GTE MobileNet to order call today.
What a difference. I didn't know you were a decorator.
I'm not. I got help from decorating Den.
A professional decorator? This must have cost you a fortune.
No, she actually showed me how to work magic on a budget.
Really?
And she came here in her color van and brought thousands of samples of window treatments, wall coverings, carpeting, furniture, and accessories.
You've got to introduce me to your decorator.
No problem.
For a complimentary consultation, call 1-800-228-4211.
Good morning, Bay Area. It's 10 minutes after 6 o'clock, and not much fog out there this morning. I have a feeling Mr. Raleigh's going to be right. Things are going to be heating up over the next few days.
Our daily check on Fort Baker there.
Getting in trouble from Steve there.
It's 6:11 right now. A 10-year-old boy having brain surgery is teaching us all a lesson in compassion. Christopher Alexander is recovering from his 8th brain surgery last night. And before this operation, doctors felt he had only a year to live. And when he was asked by a group that grants wishes for extremely sick children what he wanted, his request was not for himself. He wants someone to donate a heart for a 6-month-old baby who is also critically ill. Manuel Gallegos will join us. He's down in Palo Alto right now. He'll join us live from Stanford a little later on in this newscast about that story.
Attention now turning back to the Midwest. Forecasters saying there's more rain due in the Midwest today, and some of it could be heavy. People in St. Genevieve are already trying to save their historic community. Some of the buildings there are 200 years old. Volunteers are all getting together, helping to stack sandbags, but they say they need more, at least 60,000 more. The river crested at 47 feet yesterday. That is already 4 feet above the previous record.
Better get back home.
And this is country singer Mary Chapin Carpenter. She performed a benefit concert in St. Louis last night for the flood victims. Thousands of her fans came out in support, but many showed up just to help the flood victims. We checked this morning, and the concert actually brought in at least $25,000. That'll buy a few sandbags.
Just a bit. Now for some of the stories we've been following for the past 24 hours. The jury is in place. Opening arguments begin today in the trial of Ellie Nessler. Yesterday, attorneys picked 6 alternate jurors. Nessler is accused of shooting the man accused of molesting her son during his preliminary hearing. Meantime, the trial of the Menendez brothers continues in Los Angeles today. They're accused of killing their parents in their Beverly Hills mansion. Yesterday, prosecutors played a tape of Eric Menendez crying during a police interview. Prosecutors say it demonstrates a premeditated plan to cover up the crime. It's the 3rd day of confirmation hearings for Supreme Court nominee Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Ginsburg fended off many questions about her opinions, particularly about gun control and voting rights. But she did make one position clear, saying she feels strongly that the Constitution protects a woman's right to an abortion.
Also in Congress this morning, committees in both the House and the Senate will resume hearings on the issue of gays in the military. So far, those hearings have been fiery, but it appears that the president's proposal is gaining support. Newscenter 4's Tina Galland has that story.
The Defense Secretary, the Joint Chiefs Chairman, and the rest of the brass turned out in force for a second day of grilling on the new policy.
We're here this morning hearing testimony and raising questions
on a compromise that all of us realize is clearly far short of lifting the ban.
This time before the House Armed Services Committee chaired by Ron Dellums, who believes homosexuals should be allowed to serve openly.
This country needs to move beyond this, and I continue to believe that the one way that you do it is to lift the ban and get on with it.
Mr. Chairman, does that mean you will vote against the president's proposal?
Probably yes. I don't think that it goes far enough. I don't think it addresses the fundamental issue in this country that people, irrespective of their status, ought to have the right to serve.
Or disciplinary action.
And then it says only credible, only.
John, let me
just interrupt you.
But it was critics on the right who gave the Pentagon witnesses the toughest time.
I have not gotten an answer to the simple question, which is, do you either have to have a statement of homosexuality or contact in order to initiate the investigation?
Lawmakers who favor a total ban on gays attack the Clinton compromise as so vague as to invite years of legal challenges. Clearly, there will be more heated debates before the plan the president describes as an honorable compromise is put to a congressional test. Chairman Dellums expects to vote no, but he says he will not try to use his influence to persuade other members of the committee to oppose the president's policy. This, he says, should be a matter of conscience with each lawmaker. In Washington, Tina Galan, Newscenter 4.
6:15 right now. More news ahead on this Thursday morning.
When we come back, in fact, unraveling the mystery of those two whales, their carcasses that washed ashore in Santa Cruz.
Some people think Payless Drugs' incredible selection means they can get anything they want here. Wrong. You cannot get theophylline if you are taking cimetidine. No way, afraid not, sorry, Charlie. Dangerous drug interactions can ruin your day, which is why Payless pharmacists have Pharmasystem, a computer system that protects you even if you fill one prescription today and another tomorrow, or next week, or next month, or 8 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days from now. Payless, because you deserve more from a drugstore.
I know what I like and don't like. I don't like irregularity. It slows me down. I don't like harsh chemical laxatives. I like natural, like new smooth texture, regular flavored Metamucil. It's the only natural fiber with no sweeteners, no added flavors, as well as no grit. I don't like those. So it's easy to take, easy to get the extra fiber I need. And it works just the way I expect from Metamucil, to get the body up and running. I like that.
Metamucil, the natural choice for regularity.
My new Ford Ranger is hot. This Ranger is cool. I bet she thinks it's too manly. You'd be threatened by a woman in a truck. I can see why it's the best-selling compact pickup in America. Push-button, four-wheel drive, bucket seats, lots of room. I love my new Ranger.
Her new Ranger?
It's Ford's #1 summer. Lease a '93 Ford Ranger for just $199 a month for just 24 months.
Only your Ford dealer has 5 of America's 10 bestsellers. See them all and prepare to be impressed. Hey, I saw it first.
Tommy Tune tonight at the KRON Theater called Bass.
The biggest night of comedy in 20 years with Richard Pryor, Gary Shandling, Damon Wayans, Arsenio Hall, Craig T. Nelson, and more. The Comedy Store's 20th birthday, NBC Thursday.
See how rookie Craig Paquette is filling the shoes of the great third baseman Carney Lansford. Watch the A's and the Red Sox today and tomorrow at 4:30 on Channel 4.
And good morning. It's 17 minutes after 6 o'clock. It's a Thursday morning daybreak and should be a nice day ahead. If you're getting dressed, things will be warming up, so you can probably put on the short sleeves today and leave the jacket at home.
And for the second time in a week, a humpback whale is washed ashore. The latest found near Santa Cruz Sunday. This is an extremely rare occurrence. Scientists spent all day yesterday performing an autopsy on the beast, but as Newscenter 4's Carl Sonkin reports, they have yet to determine what's going on.
Let's pull it this way a little bit.
Scientists and wildlife volunteers tried to save remnants of the humpback whale carcass as the tide rushed in. The rare 40-ton adult died and washed ashore north of Davenport, and scientists had hope for a bounty of knowledge from the carcass.
Unfortunately, the animal's been dead about a week, so we really haven't learned very much.
Samples of the whale will be analyzed to determine what killed it, if not old age or pollution, then possibly a naturally occurring toxin in some shrimp.
We might find some domoic acid in these humpback whales, the Point Reyes animal and this animal.
The dead humpback found in Point Reyes last week and this carcass are the first strandings in many years. Each humpback has a unique pattern on its flukes, a kind of fingerprint. Scientists have photo IDs of hundreds of humpbacks, which could help them learn more about this whale. But there is only a slim chance the fluke will show it's Humphrey, the fabled humpback who twice got lost in San Francisco Bay.
There's a photo ID of Humphrey, so I'm sure that they will compare it to that whale as well as every other whale that there are photo IDs set up on.
After the scientists get through with it, the carcass will be buried here on the beach. But it has already become a major tourist attraction here on this remote part of the Santa Cruz coast.
Well, I heard it on Channel 4.
He came to collect a whale tooth, was told that's illegal, settled for a photo with the carcass. Others came too.
I think it stinks.
Doesn't smell too good, he's right.
They're the singing whales. They're very romantic.
Scientists expect they'll gather some knowledge of the humpback from this carcass. Carl Sonkin, Newscenter 4.
Doesn't smell good, but it's a good education. And looked like it was really clear along the Santa Cruz coast there yesterday.
Yeah, and it's going to be the same for today. In fact, even more sunshine along the coast for today. It should be a
good beach day.
Yeah, good beach day, in fact. Good day everywhere, I think, for today. Maybe in the East Bay starting to get a tad warm. We'll show you the temperatures here in a moment. Let's take you outside, give you an idea what's happening at the hour. Generally, temperatures are right near 60 degrees. We've got 60 in Concord, in fact. It's 59 in Fremont, 60 in Oakland, 59 in Redwood City, and outside our studios, 60 in San Jose. San Rafael, you folks, 63 degrees at the hour, and Santa Rosa at 58 degrees. Well, if you're traveling out of town for today, temperatures are rather seasonable for this time of the year, although it's going to get hot once again down into the southeast. They've had a big record heat wave and drought happening across the southeast. You'll see temperatures like 73 is right now in Washington. It'll turn into about 85 for today, 80s and 90s, and then back over the most of the nation, it'll be into the 80s until you start moving right to the northern tier states. 48 degrees in Billings, Montana right now, 64 in Los Angeles, 55 in Reno. Here's the downside to all the news, and that is the cloud storms into the middle of the nation once again, right over the area where we don't need it. Area of low pressure causing the storms. You'll see it across Iowa, Missouri, and Illinois, once again seeing a lot of rain. Here into the west, you can see the cloudiness. In fact, as we take a close view, you see there is some clouds across the state this morning for a change. We've had some showers right near the Oregon border, Crescent City, about a half an inch of rain. And if you're traveling this morning down the central coastline, some dense fog, so keep that in mind. But around here, just some light fog, and it's going to burn back quickly, and a lot of sunshine for today. So consequently, temperatures are going up. 73 in San Francisco, 86 is what I'll put up for Concord, 84 in San Jose, 88 degrees in Santa Rosa. Here's my forecast for the day. Mostly clear skies, just some patchy coastal clouds, temperatures near 60. So kind of mild outside. You'll feel it when you go out the door this morning if you're just maybe picking out your tie. For today, sunny and warmer. If you're heading over to the Stick for the big series against the Phillies, it's going to be a great day to watch a ball game. Upper 60s to upper 80s. And then for tonight, fair skies, lows into the 50s. Quick look at the extended forecast shows how temperatures are. Yeah, John says. Yeah. Heading into the weekend, things are going to be a tad hot, but pretty usual for this time of year.
Okay.
See, good beach day, good ball game day. I think I probably won't be here for midday.
We'll see.
Going on vacation. Okay. Thanks, Steve. When we come back, more on Daybreak. The Bay Area Boys of Summer gaining momentum. Gary's got sports. It's coming up.
It's that time of year again, my dear, when all the handsome people come out to play croquet.
I simply adore watching the game and sampling rare Napa Valley vintage. Don't you?
Oh, my, yes. And don't forget the great dancing and the fine cuisine.
It's all just so elegant, wouldn't you say?
Channel 4 invites you to the annual Meadowwood Croquet Classic to benefit the March of Dimes and help put kids first. Call 1-800-458-8080.
Anybody who's anybody will be there.
Ta-ta. I honestly believe if it hadn't been for my Geo Prism with all its safety features, my baby and I wouldn't be alive today. My Prism hit a pole and rolled over. The airbag blew up, did its job, and I was able to get right up, get the baby, and walk away from the accident without a scratch. We went right out and bought another Prism. It's great on gas, and it was only about $10,000.
The all-new Geo Prism, starting at just $99.95 at your local Chevy Geo dealer.
A Geo Prism is a great car. It's a safe car, it's inexpensive, and it's made in California. I can't think of any better reasons to buy one.
Closed captioning made possible by the California Lottery.
It goes by the lofty title, The American Dream. But it's also known as the fixer-upper with 1.5 baths, or the new wagon with room for 10. On occasion, it goes by the name, The Orthodontist Said Braces, for both. So if you're Bank of America, you stand by to help with the money. no matter what the dream's called. Even when it answers to Jenny, college freshman, class of 2005. Banking on America. Bank of America.
Hey everyone, I'm Eitan Zaitsu.
I'm KRON TV.
And I'm Rebecca White with a first cut on your scene Saturday at 10 a.m. What's it like for gay teens coming out of the closet? We'll walk with one in the Gay Pride Parade and hear about her newfound freedoms.
Then Mike Edwards of Jesus Jones is the high-tech poet of music. He gets perverse with us.
And Bay Area teens creating their own comic superheroes. Join us Saturday for First Cut.
It is 6:24. Welcome back to Daybreak. Our Daybreak camera live down at Stanford Hospital in Palo Alto this morning. There's a great story about a little boy down there.
Hopefully we'll be getting that from Manny in a couple of minutes.
Manuel Gallegos-Villalon, tell us about it.
No traffic jam in that picture trying to get into the hospital. That's good news. Let's see if the commute elsewhere is going as well. Dave?
Generally so. It is good news, Susan. And if you're working your way on Caltrain down to Palo Alto or San Jose, no report problems with the Caltrains. They're all running on time right now. Here's San Jose. A live shot, northbound 101, just above 280 and 680 right now. Problem-free for this point in the morning. It's looking real good. Here's the Bay Bridge. San Francisco bound from the East Bay, starting to build. No backup yet, though. They have not turned on the metering lights, so it's still just a few minutes to pay your dollar, and solid traffic on the upper deck into the city. Here's Golden Gate. And it's looking good, too. It's actually improved a little bit as far as traffic. It's gotten a little heavier, but no problems, no stalls or accidents into San Francisco. There was some earlier Caltrans construction, Park Presidio area, 19th Avenue through the MacArthur Tunnel, completely out of the way, so you'll flow into the city problem-free. If you're going shopping for furniture in Fremont, check and look at this large chair in the center lane, southbound 880 north of Thornton Avenue near the Dumbarton Bridge. People are slowing to take a look at the chair in the roadway right there, but fortunately no stalls or accidents in the area of Fremont.
Let's see, is that upholstered or is that all natural wood?
I understand it's overstuffed. It looks real comfortable, so they tell us.
Color? You have a color on that?
Problem is, it's in the number 2, 3, and 4 lanes right now. Yeah, well, thank you, Dave. 6:26 right now is a great day for Bay Area ball players, and the 49ers beating the Heat in Rockland. Gary's got the sports for us.
Good morning, everybody. The San Francisco Giants remain the talk of baseball. 9 games up in the National League West with Philadelphia at Candlestick today for a 1:05 start. Father and son, part of 18,741 yesterday to watch this great play by Montreal pitcher Kirk Reeder. Look at that, with the bare hand, but on the play he strained a knee. He's out of there, and the Giants rally from a 3-0 deficit. Williams down the line. Will Clark scores. They're even in the 6-3. The suicide squeeze. Here comes Carry-On, and Manwaring gets it down. Giants 4-3 winners yesterday. They completed a 3-game sweep of the Montreal Expos. Rod Beck on to end it. Hair blowing, sit down, Mosialou. Again, San Francisco, the best in the West, versus Philadelphia, the best in the East. 1:05 today at Candlestick. The A's won for the first time since La Russa instituted the 3-man starting rotation, if you will. Scott Heeman broke a 1-1 tie in the 7th with his 3-run homer. The A's would go on last night to win 7-2. Heeman in the 8th inning pads the A's advantage. He's going down the line. 5 RBIs for Scott Heeman. Downs, Welsh, Horseman, Gossage, and Eckersley do the thing. The A's are in Boston tonight, a game you can see on Channel 4 at 4:30. Following the Evan White Emerald J show at 4. It happened last night. This is some cute little business, we think. These two fellows in Boston were going to work over a baseball bat. We'll settle that in a moment. It happened yesterday in San Diego. Archie Cianfranco grounds one down the line. Remember, it's the New York Mets giving chase, so he has some garbage and the ball, and it hits part of the stands, rolls out. Cianfranco made it all the way around, but the Mets won 5-2. In Florida, this is Sheffield, the all-star third baseman. Leads the majors in errors for third baseman, but not there. Marlins won 6-4. In Detroit, you want to say ouch. It's Gibson and it's Tettleton. Oh! And Gibson, who played football at Michigan State, was coming from center, but both players lived. But the Tigers lost to Minnesota 7-2. And back to Boston to settle this baby. Remember this, how we used to do that in the schoolyard? Yep, and the man's got it. And there's love between the two. And one guy got a baseball bat. What you'll do to get a baseball bat. We are going to Rockland later today. You want to mark your calendars. I will be sitting down with George Seifert. I'll tell you about that in a moment. But here is the 49ers with some big offensive linemen. They've got Kelly, they've got Stubblefield. Their #1 draft choices will be playing together.
Go to bed, we ask each other how things are going, and we quiz each other on the plays we learn, because throwing a lot at you, not like in college, you go one play at a time, but throw a lot of plays at you, and we try to help each other out.
Yeah, it's funny. We will be carrying on NBC here the 49ers' first game. It's an exhibition tilt from Barcelona on August 1st. So we'll be going to Rockland. As we said today, I know many of you are saying, where's Gary? You're going to be later this morning. I'll be in Rockland sitting down with George Seifert at 12:32. So look at your watch and say, I wonder if Gary's asked about the offensive line. But anyway, we're putting together this little special for August 1st. So we will share with you my visit to Rockland. Don, anything you'd like to know about Rockland?
I'll be looking forward to hearing your report from Rockland.
On 10, I'll probably tell you about Rockland unless somebody says, better cut it, the circular file's next. That's enough. We'll see you a little bit later.
Okay.
A producer who will remain nameless.
Oh, yeah. A little warm in Rockland this morning as well.
Just ahead on the second half hour of our Thursday Daybreak, a look at headlines and a happy birthday to a political matriarch.
Also, a fight to let terminally ill prisoners out of jail, push for compassionate release. It's coming up on Daybreak.
I wouldn't have a problem with that at 10. It's like at 6 o'clock with kids home from school and stuff. I just think, and I as a viewer like you, I want to know that. It comes to it. It's a policy issue, really.
What do you think about this?
Well, use it and write a line disclaimer. Say that this is an extremely difficult and sensitive case. But is it more serious than most cases like this just because it's a priest? I got a problem with it at 6 o'clock. I just hope you can find another bite.
When it comes to bringing in the freshest food possible, the people at Baker's Square are truly driven. So don't miss our latest fresh idea. For a limited time, we've got grilled chicken sandwiches, steak sandwiches, even burgers, 13 complete meals with fries, and our teaser slice of pie starting at $5.95 at lunch and $6.95 at dinner with soup or salad. Baker's Square. Nobody goes further for fresh.
With my son's present situation, it's a great time to buy.
At Fremont Ford, you'll find a great selection of XLT Rangers for only $199 a month with Ford Credit's 24-month lease program. Choose from 20 of these special XLT Rangers. They include 5-speed, power steering, AM/FM cassette, sliding rear window, cast aluminum wheels, chrome rear step bumper, and much more.
Hurry today for the Saleosaurus.
Where selection is never a problem, Fremont Ford!
We'll find out what's cooking with Debbie Allen and Norm Nixon
and meet a millionaire who used to be homeless
on the next John and Lisa from Hollywood.
Weekdays on NBC Daytime.
The Boston Red Sox, the Oakland Athletics, and the rookie third baseman Craig Paquette. Like the legendary Carney Lansford, Craig Paquette strives to be the best there is on the field and at the plate. Can he build the shoes of greatness? Live from Fenway Park, watch the A's and the Red Sox back-to-back today and tomorrow at 4:30 on Channel 4.
Now at Macy's, Pooch and Bobo toddler knits are just $11.90. Prices go up August 2nd. Don't miss the preseason sale at Macy's.
A lesson in compassion from a dying child.
Cracking down on gangs, an overnight sweep lands more than 24 people in jail.
And the woman who gave birth to generations of political leaders celebrates number 103.
This is Newscenter for Daybreak, your 24-hour news service.
And good morning, everyone. 6:32 on a Thursday morning. I'm Susan Blake.
I'm John Kessler. 18-month-old Julia Dom has a new phrase in her vocabulary. After spending more than 2 hours with her arm stuck in a drainage pipe, she now says, pipe off. The little girl apparently stuck her arm in the pipe at a Palo Alto Park wading pool, and city workers couldn't get the pipe off her arm. So they took her and the pipe out of the concrete to Stanford Medical Center, and that's where engineers managed to cut the pipe without hurting Julia. She's fine this morning.
Also, another touching story this morning. The 10-year-old boy having brain surgery is teaching us all a lesson in compassion. When he was asked by a group that grants wishes for extremely sick children what he wanted, His request was one they'd never heard before. Manuel Gallegos is at Stanford now, where the little boy is recovering from surgery last night. Manny?
Well, Susan, 10-year-old Christopher Alexander, who is here at Stanford Children's Hospital, didn't want to meet his hero Hulk Hogan, or he didn't want a shopping spree at Toys R Us. Instead, when the Make-A-Wish Foundation asked him what he wanted, he said he wanted a new heart for his 6-month-old friend here. Christopher has an unusually severe brain disorder called AVM, or arterial venous malformation. Doctors had given him 1 year to live. That was before his 8th brain operation yesterday. Also here at the hospital is 6-month-old Connor Brownlee, a baby who survives with a ventilator because of his inactive heart muscle. The two families met at a home where patients' families stay, and that's when they came up with the idea for a new heart for Connor.
He's already met Hulk Hogan. He didn't want to meet him. He didn't want a computer. I kept pushing computer because he likes to play on the computers. Shopping spree at Toys R Us, and he said, no, I don't want anything. And we were sitting around one day, and I said, well, we could make a wish to get a new heart for Connor. And from that point on, he has just been stuck with that. That's what he wants for his wish, is a new heart for Connor.
Christopher wanted to make the plea on national television, and whether that will come true or not is still unclear. So far, any attempt to give Connor a new heart has failed, either because it's the wrong blood type or the wrong size for the little 6-month-old baby. Meantime, Christopher is said to be doing well this morning. We talked with one of the doctors here, and he said last night he was alert and making jokes. This was after his 5-hour surgery, again, his 8th brain surgery for his serious condition. Doctors had only given him a year to live before this surgery. They're hoping now that they'll be able to extend his life, possibly even a normal one. And John and Susan, with all the attention the little boy is getting who needs the heart, maybe one will finally come through for him.
Okay, thanks, Manny.
Opening arguments are expected to begin today in the murder trial of Ellie Nessler. She's the woman charged with shooting to death the man accused of sexually molesting her son and 3 other boys. Nessler is pleading not guilty by reason of insanity in the case. Richmond police expect to make more arrests soon after a drug sweep that netted more than 24 suspects yesterday. Federal agents and Richmond officers say the arrests are the end product of a 9-month investigation. Most of the suspects arrested so far are in their late teens and early 20s and are not considered drug kingpins, but officers say they are probably responsible for a lot of the street violence connected to drug trafficking. The mother of a man who died of AIDS while in prison is demanding the state reconsider its compassionate release program. Frida Kubis says her son, Stanley Young, died just 4 hours after his compassionate release request was rejected. Young had been denied early release from the Vacaville Correctional Facility 3 times. The judge said he wasn't sick enough the first 2 times, and the 3rd time, the judge said Young was likely to commit another crime.
The matriarch of America's most political family celebrates her 103rd birthday today. Rose Kennedy remains at the family's Hyannisport, Massachusetts compound. She hasn't left the Kennedy home since she suffered a stroke in 1984. Mrs. Kennedy has spent most of her life associated in some way with politics. She was the daughter of a congressman, the wife of an ambassador, mother of a president and 2 senators, also grandmother of another congressman. The entire Kennedy family plans to mark the occasion with a big celebration on Saturday.
6:37 right now. Let's check out the morning commute with Dave Freeman. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, John, and let's show you our Bay Bridge commute. First of all, if you're headed towards San Francisco, getting a little thicker, traffic starting to slow a little bit deeper at the Toll Plaza approach, but no metering lights yet. Heaviest traffic from the East Shore Freeway through the MacArthur Maze on the upper deck of the Bay Bridge. It's all right, just heavy traffic. Golden Gate still looking pretty good this morning. No report of stalls or accidents. From Sausalito is where you run into the heaviest traffic and not much of a delay at the Toll Plaza to the city. Here is the Peninsula San Mateo Bridge. The heaviest traffic is westbound towards Foster City, San Mateo. The headlight direction towards the left of your screen, of course, is Hayward. Eastbound traffic doing okay. We have a stalled vehicle, though, in Burlingame. It's northbound 280, just north of Trousdale. It's over in the left lane, they tell us. And in San Leandro, another stalled vehicle on the Nimitz. Southbound 880 at Davis, right lane stall there. And another check at BART. All trains are still running on time. John, Susan, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
And Steve Raleigh joins us once again with summer returning to the Bay Area.
Yeah, summertime and some hot weather, too, the way things look around here. As we take a look at the live shot this morning, you'll notice there's not a lot of fog around, so we're going to start the day with some sunshine, and with it, it's just going to be a nice day all the way around. So let's go out that way, give you an idea what's happening this morning. And there's just a little bit of fog in some spots, and temperatures are generally near 60 degrees. That's certainly the case outside our studios. It's 59. Humidity, 78%, winds out of the west at 5, and the barometer at 29.99 and steady. Here's what you need to know this morning. What are the highs going to be so you can head out the door properly attired? 73 today in San Francisco. And by the way, if you're going to be in the city, you might take a little stop down at Union Square because about noontime they're going to have the annual cable car bell ringing finals. So that could be kind of fun to check out. 84 degrees in San Jose, 74 in Oakland today. Should be 86, but close to 90 out in Antioch. You can see how the temperatures are trending up, and that's going to be the case around here. High pressure hasn't built in yet, and you can tell really by this satellite picture. See the cloudiness where there's a lot of rain. In fact, we've had about a ½ inch of rain near the Oregon border. But as that high builds in, the clouds will head out, and we'll start to see temperatures really trending up toward the weekend. Now, around the nation for today, the gateway cities, you're in fine shape. In fact, I couldn't find any real flight delays today. There may be some into the middle of the nation. Unfortunately, again, in Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, again with the heavy thunderstorms across much of that region. So some of those cities, if you're flying to, you may be in tough straits. Sunshine up and down the Northeast. In fact, really great weather up there. 81 degrees in New York at this time of the year is not bad. 84 in Washington. Should be 78 in L.A. There will be some showers, as you might have thought, in Seattle at 66. You'll notice Honolulu with some showers and 84 degrees. Actually, some good news for the folks out in Hawaii because they've had a little bit of a drought out there. Now, you can see by the satellite picture, they've had some thunderstorms from what used to be Hurricane Dora. That's fizzling out. Now, one thing we have to keep in mind is this tropical storm Eugene. Heading that way at about 16 miles an hour. The good news is it used to be a hurricane, so it is dying out. Let's show you what we have around here in the Bay Area for today. Mostly clear and temperatures near 60 degrees for today. Then for the rest of the day, sunny and warmer. So if you're heading out to the Stick for the big series against the Phillies, it's going to be a great day to watch the ball game. Tonight, fair skies and lows into the 50s. Just a couple of minutes, we'll come back with your extended forecast. And I know the folks in Gilroy with the big garlic festival want to know just how hot it will be.
You're going?
We'll be there tomorrow morning.
I can smell it already.
Well, at least we'll have the weekend to recover. If you're going tomorrow, we'll see you Monday morning. Be okay.
Be all right.
6:41 right now. When we come back, we'll check the day's business news for you.
Japan's prime minister, after low popularity ratings and a stinging election defeat, steps down.
And more testimony about the effects of secondhand smoke on our kids.
You're watching Newscenter 4. More news, more often. With Susan Blake, John Kessler, and meteorologist Steve Raleigh. Stay with us as your 24-hour news service continues.
Oh, I looked in the phone book, and there were pages of dentist advertising, but I couldn't tell one dentist from another. As a mother, reliable information is very important to me. In 3 minutes, the operator from 1-800-DENTIST told me all kinds of information on the dentist. They answered all my questions about the dentist. I knew the dentist was pre-screened, and all of this was free to me. So why wouldn't you call 1-800-DENTIST?
We're open to serve you. Don't put it off. Call now.
Ocean Spray Refreshers. Adults finally have a juice drink all their own. No more sticky sweet kid stuff. The taste is crisp, light.
This is different.
In 3 flavors adults love.
Not too sweet.
At last.
Go for it, grown-ups. Try Ocean Spray Refreshers juice drinks. Not too sweet taste for adults. And pick up the big, bold taste of any Ocean Spray juice drink anywhere you go.
Coming up, Business Report, sponsored by your Northern California Acura dealers.
We created the Acura NSX, the sports car proclaimed the best the world has ever produced, for those who wish to devour the road. We created the Acura Legend, the #1 selling imported luxury automobile, for those who prefer to savor the road. Lease a Legend. See your dealer about the Acura Luxury Lease Program.
I'd like to tell you about a remarkable radio station.
Hello, baby. All the great oldies.
93 KYA.
Wow, do you love me?
I'm Terry McGovern in the morning, and you're a 93 KYA winner.
93 KYA. R-E-S-P-C-T.
Non-stop oldies radio. 93 KYA.
The best oldies, 93 KYA.
And good morning, 6:43. There is a sailboat out on the bay. What a great morning to be up, enjoying the sunrise.
See, we're saving you money already. You can pay 50 cents to use that little observation binoculars, but we give it to you for free.
I was going to say, if it works.
Yeah, it is 6:44 right now. Japan's Prime Minister Kiichi Miyazawa is stepping down. This morning, Japanese leaders are meeting to discuss who should replace him. Miyazawa's resignation comes in the wake of stinging defeat of his Liberal Democratic Party in Japan's elections on Sunday. He will stay on as prime minister until Parliament chooses a successor in August.
On the Daybreak Money Beat, Apple Computer and 6 of its top executives are being sued on insider trading charges. Chairman John Sculley and President Michael Spindler are both named in that class action suit. The suit contends the company and its officials used false and misleading information to drive up stock prices, then sold that stock for millions of dollars. It's been filed on behalf of a group of stockholders who bought their stock between last October and July 15th of this year. Also looking like Microsoft may have escaped charges of unfairly using its dominant market power against competitors. Federal Trade Commission failing for the second time on a vote to take action against Microsoft. Well, the market closed up over 10 points yesterday. Let's check in this morning with Steve Spiesberger. Hi.
Hi, Susan. Good morning. And stocks are opening just slightly lower today. The Dow is down about 4 points at 35.51. Transportations are plus 4. Utilities down half a point. And declining issues lead advances by a 5 to 4 margin. Let's check some opening prices. Apple Computer down a quarter at 26. Microsoft up 2.5 at 81.5. And Bank America opens down an eighth at 44 3/4. Bank America coming in with a second quarter profit of $488 million. In summary, we are down just about 4 points. Susan, back to you.
Steve, thank you. A big surprise this morning on claims for jobless benefits. They shot up unexpectedly by 24,000 a couple of weeks ago. That is the highest level in over 3 months. Total claims, 352,000. Officials say they're not sure whether the unexpected jump might be related to the Midwestern floods.
If you had an Interstate Bank credit card between 1983 and 1991, you've probably got some money coming to you. A San Francisco Superior Court judge has found First Interstate unlawfully overcharged its card customers almost $14 million in late and over-limit fees. Now, the bank has been ordered to give that money back to more than 1 million current and former customers by way of refunds or account credit.
Contra Costa County's budget goes to the supervisors today, and officials are warning it could be dangerous. Today, county officials announced nearly 100 layoffs and cuts totaling nearly $21 million. State lawmakers have voted to take away property taxes from the county, and if that happens, county officials say the public could be at risk.
If we lose the $38 million, we definitely will be closing our new $50 million jail. We will be reducing investigation. We will be reducing the number of people we have for patrol. This is absolutely essential that we keep them at the current inadequate level. They're not adequate. We've been cutting them for so long that we've reached a point where we can't provide adequate law enforcement.
Thatcher also says if voters don't approve a sales tax extension in November, he'll have to cut another $19 million.
It is 6:47 right now. When we come back, a hot next couple of days. Steve Raleigh will take a look at the weather.
Also, new calls for smokers to butt out of their kids' lives. Stay with us.
(1-800-COLLECT). America's least expensive way to call someone collect.
Higgins. Eliza. The perfect Broadway musical. Lerner and Lowe's My Fair Lady.
August 10th through the 15th at Flynn Center.
He turned a flower girl into a princess, and she in turn created a prince. Richard Chamberlain in My Fair Lady.
Brought to you by American Express Card. Get tickets at the box office past ticket centers or charge by phone. Welcome by KRON and KBAY.
What I always used to hate to hear was, you have such a pretty face. And I was 36 years old and at least 100 pounds overweight. I chose Jenny Craig because of the personal counseling. There are things that you just don't want to share with the group. Carol is the greatest. She was so motivational. She said, call me anytime. And if I hadn't had the personal counseling, I don't know if I'd be sitting here now.
Celebrate our 10th anniversary. Join for 10 weeks and pay only $10. Call 1-800-92-JENNY.
Make your summer happen at Sunnyvale Ford. Car and truck buying has never been better. Sunnyvale Ford's new owners are overstocked and must reduce their inventory. Select a new 93 Ranger Splash for only $10,588 after rebate. All are equipped with power steering, AM/FM cassette, sliding rear window, chrome wheels, and much more. Keep your summer moving with new and used cars and trucks at the summer sale. Easy to find on the El Camino Real, the all-new Sunnyvale Ford.
Just look at those numbers. They're really unbelievable. Holy cow! What a save!
1-800-COLLECT. America's least expensive way to call someone collect.
Just about 10 minutes before 7 o'clock this morning. Welcome back to Daybreak.
The government is taking a stronger stand on secondhand smoke. EPA Administrator Carol Browner telling a House subcommittee yesterday that smoking should be allowed in restaurants and bars only if proper ventilation is provided. Now, Browner also is suggesting that people not smoke if children are present, especially infants and toddlers.
What did his cigarette smoke do to you?
It made me cough.
And what else?
Throw up.
Well, the EPA says secondhand smoke kills 3,000 adults every year.
Yeah, and cigarettes aren't the only form of tobacco affecting our kids. How about chewing tobacco? It's apparently big stuff to little leaguers, kids aged 8 to 14. So to combat the image big league ball players are giving, San Mateo County is declaring the Red Morton Community Park in Redwood City a tobacco-free zone. Bottom line, no chew at today's 5 o'clock Little League All-Star game.
Little leaguers chewing, 8 years old.
8 to 14 years old.
Kind of hard to imagine.
Yeah.
Well, no cha today, but they'll have plenty of sunshine.
Yeah, in fact, it'll be a nice evening to go watch the ball game, I guess. Or maybe you're heading out to the Stick because it's going to be a great day, too, if you're heading out to see the Giants and Phillies. Wish I had tickets. Let's head outside and show you what we've got at the hour. And just a little bit of fog this morning, folks. And it's a little bit more mild, too. Temperatures are generally right near 60 degrees. In fact, look at San Jose. 62 at the hour, 63 in San Rafael. Now, speaking of temperatures, things are warming up across the state, too. And for the whole, it will be sunshine up and down California, with a couple of exceptions. This morning, down just on the other side of Monterey, down the central coastline, visibility near 0. Just letting you know if you're heading out in the maybe on a little vacation or maybe some business down that way. Up around the Oregon border, there will be some clouds, probably some showers again around that area. In the last 24 hours, near Crescent City, stretching over to Mount Shasta, about a half-inch of rain because of a little system rolling over the top there. Story is like this across our area. There's a little low-pressure area up to the northwest, so you can see some of the cloudiness in the state here. That'll be pushing out as high pressure builds in, and it's going to warm up for the weekend. And if you're traveling this morning, the only real problems right in the middle of the nation, again, over the poor folks where all that region has been flooded. Temperatures around here then are going up as high pressure begins to build in. 70s in the coastal locations for the most part. Then 80s in most areas around the bay. Close to 90s as you start to move inland. Here's my forecast for the day. This morning, mostly clear. Just some patchy coastal clouds and temperatures near 60 degrees. For today then, sunny and warmer. Mostly sunny at the coast, upper 60s to near 90. And then for tonight, fair skies, gusty winds, and lows in the 50s. Extended forecast. You folks in Gilroy, yeah, You're doing the flame up where it's only about 150 in your face anyway. When you step away, you'll be able to cool down. The temperature's probably in the mid-90s. So this weekend's going to be a hot one. And, of course, we'll be there with our own flaming up tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I hope we don't flame out. Okay. Thank you, Steve.
And let's head on the commute one more time. Check in with Dave. Hi.
Good morning, Susan. And we have a North Bay accident, the first one of the morning to let you know about. It's over to the shoulder. It's westbound 37, Novato approach, westbound 37, west of Atherton, Novato. Car collided with a deer. CHP on the scene. Again, it's over to the right side, so it's not blocking any traffic and almost moved out of the way, they tell us. So no problem there if you're making that commute. Let's check the East Bay now. In Concord, we have some slow traffic this morning. It's the usual slow stuff, too. Southbound 242 all the way to Concord Avenue. Southbound 680, 242 to Highway 24 if you're making the approach through the Caldecott Tunnel. And once you get there and the Bay Bridge, here you go. Here's the incline shot. It's upper deck traffic, solid. No stalls or accidents, though. It's moving heavily all the way to San Francisco. The Golden Gate commute still looking real nice. From Sausalito all the way to the city, no problems. A bit of a delay at the toll plaza. South Bay, San Jose, northbound 101 above 280 and 680. It's a problem-free commute. That goes, too, for BART and Caltrain. Still reported to be running on time if you're taking public transit. Susan, Jeff?
Okay, thanks.
6:53 now. We're going to check headlines after this brief respite.
And the nominees are It's the Best in TV, announced in LA just a couple of hours ago. We're going to have the scoop on the Emmys.
After a summer vacation at North Star, mountain biking will never be quite the same. North Star, the vacation you just can't forget. Call 1-800-GO-NORTH.
Some juice drinks are just 10% juice, 90% something else. Some are less than 30% juice, 70% something else. But Juicy Juice is made with 100% real fruit juices. Doesn't leave room for anything else, does it?
They're all angels, but boy, do they make a mess. In my classroom, I have a cabinet full of brawny. Those thirst pockets are what do the trick. Spill after spill, day after day. At times, I lose it. Sometimes I'd like them to absorb the kids.
Only Brawny has thirst pockets. These unique absorbers make Brawny so good at soaking up spills.
Brawny gets to the mess before the mess gets to you.
It is a state-of-the-art security system with numerous electronic sensors located at key points of entry. Should a thief try to break in, an alarm sounds, lights flash, and all operation automatically shuts down. We've heard Fort Knox has a rather impressive security system, too. The Nissan Maxima GXE.
Now until August 3rd, you can lease a Maxima GXE for $1,000 down and $269 a month for 24 months.
Do you want to play Monopoly for real money? It's easy. Just play the new Monopoly Scratcher game from the California Lottery. You don't need railroads, Park Place, or Boardwalk. You don't even need to pass go. All you need is a chance. And the Monopoly Scratcher game gives you 4 chances to win bags of money instantly. And with a top prize of $10,000, it certainly beats the bejeepers out of second place in a beauty contest.
Scratcher's Monopoly game. It's a game, all right, but the money's for real.
The biggest night of comedy in 20 years with Richard Pryor, Gary Shandling, Damon Wayans, Arsenio Hall, Craig T. Nelson, and more. The Comedy Store's 20th birthday, NBC Thursday.
4 minutes before the hour on Wall Street this morning. Stocks trading down over 5 points and it's moderate activity.
Oh, let's get you caught up on some of the top stories at this hour. Thousands of sandbags are being put in place along the river in St. Genevieve, Missouri. Volunteers are trying to save the historic French settlement. The river crested at 47 feet there yesterday. More rain expected today. And later this morning, San Francisco Mayor Frank Jordan and former Mayor Art Agnos will join forces. They're calling on Congress to take immediate action on the so-called Brady gun control bill. Now, this follows the massacre at 101 California. The Brady bill would require a 5-day waiting period for handgun purchases.
Also, big day in television. Charlton Heston and Sharon Gless announcing nominations for the Emmys, including those for actors and actresses in drama and comedy series.
The nominees for lead actor in a drama series are Sam Waterston, I'll Fly Away; Michael Moriarty, Law and Order; Rob Morrow, Northern Exposure; Tom Skerritt, Picket Fences; Scott Bakula, Quantum Leap.
The nominees for lead actress in a drama series are Regina Taylor, I'll Fly Away; Angela Lansbury, Murder, She Wrote; Janine Turner, Northern Exposure; Kathy Baker, Picket Fences; and Swoosie Kurtz, Sisters.
The nominees for lead actor in a comedy series are Ted Danson, Cheers; Tim Allen, Home Improvement; Gary Shandling, The Larry Sanders Show; John Goodman, Roseanne; and Jerry Seinfeld, Seinfeld.
The nominees for lead actress in a comedy series are Marion Ross, Brooklyn Bridge; Kirstie Alley, Cheers; Helen Hunt, Mad About You; Candice Bergen, Murphy Brown; Roseanne Arnold, Roseanne.
45th annual awards will be handed out on September the 19th.
Of course, everyone here thinks Cheers is going to be the big winner.
Yeah.
That's just give it
over.
to them.
Have a good send-off.
Okay. That is Newscenter for Daybreak for today. Thanks for joining us.
Have a great one. Today shows up next.
Naturally, we'd like you to think of Lincoln as a leading name in automotive safety. But just to be fair, we thought we should also mention the name of the first luxury manufacturer to offer standard dual airbags and ABS on every car they make. Now, where were we?
Tommy Tune. His charm is as long as his legs, rave the critics. His show is 90 magical minutes of song and dance, total grace and elegance in action. Are you ready for a blast of Broadway pizzazz? Well, okay then. For a rare and extraordinary glimpse of a genuine Broadway legend, move now and move fast. See Tommy Tune tonight
at the KRON Theater. Call Bass.
These days, I'm spending a lot of my time reporting on health issues. I'm Pam Moore. As a reporter, my instinct is to ask a lot of questions. Nothing is too personal or too embarrassing. So whether I'm researching new treatments in breast cancer or the value of a flu shot, I approach the subject like you would, with an open mind, with lots of questions that need clear answers. When it comes to your health, there's no such thing as a dumb question. And that's what Healthy is all about. Weekdays at 5 on Newscenter 4.
From Newscenter 4, this is your 24-hour news service.
Good morning. UC San Francisco has decided against selling a Laurel Heights building, blaming a drop in real estate prices. A Rohnert Park man accused of driving over a Petaluma convenience store owner when she tried to get his license number is pleading no contest to the charges. San Francisco holds its 30th annual cable car bell ringing contest today at noon. Look for Steve Raleigh. Today's show's next.
Insist on Jiffy Lube. Our average technician has serviced over 7,500 vehicles.